Fred would come in here, which was his office. When he was in the darkroom, the first thing he would do was he would make contact sheets. So he made a contact sheet of whatever it was he was at that day. And at night, because his memory was challenging, he would write on the back the name of every single person who he took a picture of that day. This, for example, is a gay rights bill at City Hall in March 1986, and you can see the names of all the people, you know, Andy Hum and blah, blah, blah.
Harvey Feinstein,
people who came to the event, and this is the pictures. And sometimes there's more than one contact sheet from a day. Sometimes there are days like May 11th, 1968, where he would get up in the morning, he would go to JFK and take pictures of John and Paul on the tarmac coming in to announce Apple Corps. And then on the contact sheet for that day, there's 2 frames of Andy Warhol because he ran into him on the street. And that night, May 11th, 1968, Blair Sable, the Voice fashion writer, her father, Ed Sable, starred in NFL films. Blair said, "I'm going to the Fillmore. You want to come and take pictures of Jimmy?" So Fred is okay. So he goes up and takes pictures of Jimi Hendrix on stage at the Fillmore East. So on one contact sheet, May 11th, 1968, and you can look it up, John, Paul, Andy, and Jimmy. You have the entire 1960s ethos on one May Saturday. But we digress. Now, Fred was the most organized person on earth. After he made the contact sheets, he would come over here to the card catalog, and he would make index cards for every single person who he ever took a picture of. So if you took a picture of Phil King, I don't even know who that is.
He's a sculptor.
He's a sculptor. So if you wanted a picture of, here's, for example, Edward I. Koch. He was the mayor. He was also the Village Voice's lawyer back in the beginning. That's why Fred has more pictures of Koch than probably any other individual on earth. So these are all the pictures of Ed Koch. So if you wanted a picture of Koch from, say, 1972, you would come and see 10/21/72. You'd see it was 24/16. So you would go back to the contact sheets. You'd pull out contact sheet 24/16, and there was a picture of Ed Koch. It's unbelievable. And since he didn't really work for anybody at The Voice and he shot whatever he chose to shot, he would decide what pictures he was going to give The Voice to use that week. He would go to the editorial meetings, and he would sometimes drive photographers such as Lucian, who didn't have a car, to events, but basically he would decide what he's going to do this week. So what he did is he had a book, and you can open up the book, and you can see, this is, for example, February 1975, you know, Jake and the Family Jewels, must have been rock, New York Film Critics Awards, the Whitney Annual, Marianne Krupsack, Bella Abzug, Sonny Rollins, Nam June Paik. This is what he did in February 1975. This is the number on the contact sheets to look it up. This is the date that he took the pictures. This is how many pictures he gave to The Voice. This is how many were published, and this was how many were returned. Because he was, I guess the word is paranoid, he thought they would try to steal his pictures. So he was very careful about what he gave them and what he got back. And also, in order to get paid, he didn't get paid a salary always. He got paid by the picture sometimes. So he kept close track of all the pictures that he took and all the pictures that he gave. At the end of the week, when he brought the pictures back, he would have to file the pictures. So in this room, these are all vintage prints of people. So if you come up with any name from the 1960s or beyond, here's Allen Ginsberg with writers. These are all pictures of Ginsberg.
Well, there are about 5 envelopes
Right.
at Ginsberg.
And here's Ginsberg at home. Pictures of Allen with Peter Orlovsky and Herbert Huncke and whoever else would be at the house when Fred was over there. Ginsberg, as anybody watching this knows, lived in East Village his entire life. And these are all prints that Fred would make after he made the contact sheets in the bathroom over there. And in addition to the pictures here of individual people, we'll go into the other room where there's pictures that are of subjects and topics. And just so you don't think that there's anything else here, everything is all pictures. The whole place. There's political pictures, there's travel pictures, there's the Artist's World Book. And overseeing the entire thing, if you see in that green urn, that's Fred. We didn't know where else to put him, so he's been sitting there since about November 7th or 8th, 2007 when he left us, and he's been sitting there ever since making sure we don't screw anything up.